Welcome to the Motown India show. My name is Tharyan. Today we have two great veterans from the Indian commercial vehicle industry. On my left is Mr. Vinod Aggarwal. He's the Managing Director and CEO of Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicles. And to my right is Mr. Akash Passey. He is the President of the Bus Division of VECV. Welcome to the show, sir. So congratulations on the launch of the 9600, and this looks amazing. And you're sitting in the beautiful bus. Are you tempted to sleep here?
Thank you, certainly. We're just missing something to put on to us and go to bed without options.
Anyway, Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicle is an amalgamation of two big brands. Mr. Aggarwal, ek taraf you have Eicher, another side you have Volvo. Now, these buses and trucks are sold in two different brand identities, an Eicher and a Volvo. So what's the strategy there? And can you, for our viewers, just very briefly explain what is Eicher and what is Volvo in this whole thing?
Both are basically different brands. They cater to different customer segments, different applications. Therefore, both are complementary to each other. We don't compete, and that is why, since there are different customer segments, different values between both the brands, that is why we don't put both the brands together on a product.
Okay.
Volvo caters to very high-end customers and very stringent applications. For example, Volvo bus, it is known for luxury.
Absolutely.
Luxury, comfort and safety. And of course, when you have to travel long distances in a very, very comfortable manner, you go by Volvo buses. And of course, then there are mass markets or state transport undertakings or other, all the public transportation. There you will see more mass market buses, which are of course Eicher and other mass market ones. Similarly, even in trucks also it is the same. When you go deep into the mines, you need very robust, very strong, very high horsepower, very safe truck. That is catered by Volvo trucks.
Okay.
And when you are doing normal haulage or surface mining, then you can do it with the value trucks or with the mass market.
And incidentally, when you talk of these robust machines, you also manufacture engines at your Pithampur plant.
This engine is a global manufacturing hub for the entire Volvo group.
Okay.
So all the automotive needs for medium duty trucks and buses for 5 litre and 8 litre applications, that is 100% global needs are met from India, and they are manufactured in our plant at Pithampur, and entire technology is owned by Volvo. So this is the Volvo Group technology engines which we manufacture here in Pithampur for the entire Volvo Group needs.
Okay. Coming to Mr. Passey, what took you so long to make a sleeper bus? There were compulsions that you didn't want to really get into it, or is the climate now perfect for you to enter this segment?
Well, firstly, let me just first say that the bus industry, as Mr. Vinod rightly mentioned, is segmented into different segments. There are many segments, but if I say what takes away the cake in terms of volume for the overall industry is school segment, staff segment, intercity segment, and now we have the electric intracity segment. And that is where, as VECV, we aim to, with the help of our customers and travelling public, shape the future of the Indian bus industry. And that is well met with two strong brands of Volvo and Eicher, with a segmental approach, but with one strong organization of VE Commercial Vehicles. When it comes to the intercity segment, Volvo created a niche of its own on the long-distance seater bus application. Over the last 5 to 7 years, since the roads have improved and people have tried to travel with buses much longer distances and during the night, sleeper concept has become quite prevalent in India. This concept did not have any norms, any state or any bodybuilder could make a sleeper bus of their own choice without really meeting the needs earlier on safety, on comfort, or other regulations laid by the government. The government of India a couple of years back took the decision to regularize this, created a standard for it, and that standard has standardized the sleeper application with, of course, customer changes here and there across the country. And that has helped us to bring in a sleeper bus, the only OEM in India to do this today at our facility of VE Commercial Vehicles for the Volvo brand at Hosakote.
And Mr. Passey, when it comes to these sleeper buses within our country, it's a crazy topography when you go from west to south or to south to north. So where do you see these buses running? More in the western region, the southern region, or the northern region?
Well, today I can say that there are 7,500 Volvo buses running all across. Of course, there are certain regions like south and west which are where the population is much stronger than other parts of the country. But even deep down Arunachal Pradesh or any other northeastern state you will go to, you will find Volvo buses operating there from one location to another. So we are fairly well spread. But what has happened in India is that with the highway network coming on very well over the last 5 to 7 years, and therefore four-laning happening in a big way, customers are looking at distances, our operators are looking at distances of about 2,000 to 2,500 kilometers on a single drive. We have buses running from Jodhpur all the way to Bengaluru today. We have buses from Kerala running all the way to Bombay or towards Delhi today. So with the highways there, with the government taking out an all India permit, which makes it possible for operator to travel across the states with an effective, optimized permit at low cost, we will see more and more longer distances being covered, and sleeper application therefore would be a successful one even as the times go by in the next couple of years.
And as you also mentioned when you were speaking to the media, you said air fuel prices are going up, which means air travel is getting more and more expensive. So do you think a bus like this makes a lot of sense in these circumstances?
I think India is an aspirational economy. Everybody wants to have the next thing, a better bike, a better two-wheeler, a
Absolutely.
better car, a better ride in an aircraft or in a bus. And same applies very much to passenger transport. So I think that Volvo is the icing on the cake when it comes to long distance bus travel in India. That's a mode and that's a need I think that we fulfill for the travelling public in a good way. So as you rightly said, doubling of airfares over almost in the last 1 year, the prices of petrol and diesel going up, we see that more and more public transport will become more relevant. And that will create higher need for people to travel short or long distances through buses. They would like to have the same experience if they can have that on an air-conditioned train or on a nice aircraft or a personal car. And I think that at Volvo, we fulfill in that expectation with a nice air-conditioned sleeper or a sleeper bus. So we think that our application of seater and sleeper will make it possible for a lot of passengers to choose a Volvo 9600, which is launched today, as their next best thing to travel.
Fantastic. Two more questions. One to you, Mr. Passey, is that where you're sitting on a beautiful seat, it's a sleeper seat. Can you just look around and tell me, or I'm sure you'll be knowing what exactly the awesome features are of this vehicle, especially where you are sitting?
I think that we have tried to create as much personal space for the traveler today, because that is what everyone is looking for. The second big need is that in the personal space, people want to have their own social media interaction. Everybody wants to use their own iPhone or their own iPad, or they want to watch their own movie. And with the Volvo information system which we have here, we create that opportunity for our customers, both on not only luxurious personal space travel, but also on the other things over those 6 to 12 hours which keep them there. So I think whether you're sitting in the front or the back, Volvo bus is comfortable all through, and Volvo 9600 is one of the most modern buses in the world today. You find the same in Europe, you find the same in India, and you find the same in other parts of the world. So we offer the travelling public already with Volvo 9600 the best in the world.
Charging ports too?
Absolutely. Not one, but 2 points. Yeah.
And
places to put in the air suspension system is better tuned for Indian roads. The width of the bus is slightly bigger than normal, which gives the personal space better for the traveling passenger. If their family is traveling, they can have double berth system where they're traveling together, or they can have, if they are single travelers, then they can have partitions in between if they like. They can bring in their bags, they can bring their nicest and choicest of suitcases, and that would be like an aircraft put in the under the bus. We have this nice luggage room, which is the highest in the industry, 9 cubic meter for a sleeper bus, 15 cubic meter for a seater bus, and then hand baggages also can be kept in here. Wooden flooring makes you feel at home. You feel like taking off your shoes, and then operators offer a lot of things: food, water bottles, blankets to cover, nice pillows, nice cushions to sit at the back if you're not.
What more do you want? I think you're totally pampered now.
Very well, and you're most welcome to travel soon on a Volvo.
I look forward to. And one last question, Mr. Aggarwal. You have been an industry veteran. You've seen it all, the ups and downs of this industry. Everybody's talking about electric. Now, be honest. How far or how early do we see mass adoption of electric vehicles in the shared mobility space?
I think is already happening. If you look at, there are so many tenders which are coming up, and already intracity, most of the new requirements are in the electric space only. But in the intercity segment, still it is not there. So therefore, it is going to evolve in the intercity as well. As you get more and more charging infrastructure, you will see more demand coming in the intercity as well. But right now, it is more in the intercity.
Okay. And how soon, I mean, let me just add before we close the session, how soon do we see an electric bus of this size being made by either Volvo or anybody else?
I think inshallah we should do it at the earliest.
All the best, sir, and thank you very much, and wish you the very best with this lovely bus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't want to intervene in between. 18-meter long electric city buses are already running in Europe from Volvo. So they are already a reality. Of course, this is a long distance bus.
Regulation permit only 15, I think.
Yeah, regulation is 15. But
Okay.
18-meter long buses are already there.
I'll take
full
that.
electric.